I'm here to show you right now our Saphir 520 grinder polisher. This is part of a family of grinder polishers. There's the 520, which is a single wheel polisher with one head for automatic preparation and one wheel. There's also the Saphir 530, which has the same head, but it can rotate between two different wheels, so you can keep grinding and polishing separate. It's also part of the Saphir family, which would include the larger Saphir 550 and 560, as well as the System Lab setups. Right now, I have a Saphir 520 set up with a 10-inch wheel. It will take either 8-inch or 10-inch wheels. I have inserted on our wheel our new Rocco disc, which allows very easy sample preparation, adhesion of your silicon carbide paper, as well as your polishing cloths without any special adhesives or special clamping devices. It includes a very solid magnesium aluminum base for very good durability. It has a dual post system for a very rigid head, and it has a large aluminum plate at the bottom, so you get a very rigid system. This feature is typically only available with much more expensive grinder polishers, but we include it even on our economical starter model, geared primarily towards low to medium volume laboratories. It also includes this very user-friendly, easy-to-read liquid crystal display screen. I have programmability by adjusting buttons. I can adjust my time. I can go from 15 seconds up to 99 minutes if I choose. When I have my force set up, I can increase the force from 5 newtons to 100 newtons in the single sample mode, or from 35 newtons to 350 newtons in the central force mode. I can control the RPM of the base, the revolutions per minute of the base. It will go from 50 to 600 RPMs. Very unusual feature in a small, economical grinder polisher, but we do think it's important to have that control over your polishing operation. I can also set this up to have the water come on automatically when I turn the grinding unit on for grinding operations, or I can change it to diamond polishing if I have the optional Topaz diamond dosing system. In the middle right, I control whether I am in the single sample mode or the central force mode. In the single sample mode, it has pressure feet, which you'll see in a minute, that come down and apply force on each individual sample. That's why you can do multiple samples without worrying about balancing the holder or any special arrangements. In the central force mode, I would use a holder like this, where I would have to have the holder full. I would have to put all 5 samples in there. If I don't have 5 samples to prepare, I would have to put dummies in there so that it would be equally balanced. The advantage of a holder like this is that if you're a higher volume lab and you have 5 samples at a time to do, it's easier to clean it in between each step when you just have one holder to take out and clean the one piece. However, if you're a lower volume lab that doesn't get 5 samples at the time, and you may only get 1 sample an hour, but you want to prepare it immediately, you don't want to wait until noontime to prepare all your samples, then this is the way to go. You can do 1 sample in a semi-automatic fashion, and 1 sample is easy to wash in between all of the steps. So why don't we see it in operation? In order to prepare a sample, I take my piece of silicon carbide paper, and with this Rocco disc, I just lay it down. This is not adhesive paper, it's just plain back paper, but the tackiness of that Rocco disc will hold it in place. I can then swing my sample holder in place, push a button to drop it into position, lock it when I have it in the right position. I have all my parameters set up. I'm going to grind for 30 seconds, 30 newtons of force, and 150 RPMs. I just lay my sample in place and push the start button. At the end of the timed period, the Saphir 520 will beep and turn everything off. I then loosen the handle, and push a button and the head goes up. I then go on to the next step. I would clean my sample. Remove my silicon carbide paper and put the next step on that I would be using for whatever type of material you're polishing. Again, I just put this head down in place, put my sample, lock the handle, and start the unit. You'll notice again the unit will turn the water off and sound an alarm so that you'll know if you're someplace else in the lab that your process is done. Push a button and the head comes up. Again, I wash my sample. I would dry my sample and proceed to the next step. I'm ready to do polishing at this point. So after my sample is thoroughly washed, I take a polishing cloth. This is an adhesive back cloth, but I still have the covering on there. I just lay it down. I don't have to take the adhesive off. I drop the sample holder into place. I have this set up with the Topaz system. It's in the automatic mode. It will automatically start dispensing diamond as soon as I hit the button. The Topaz will hold 3 different diamonds and 1 lubricant. I'm using our new Diamax line, which does not require lubrication. You can see the diamond is automatically dispensed at an interval, a regular interval. I have preset that for the optimum setting for this particular polishing procedure. When the polishing is finished, the diamond will shut off automatically again, so that if you're in another part of the lab, it will turn everything off and just wait for you to come back to attend to it, to proceed to the next step. I would loosen the handle, push the button, and everything is raised. Again, I would wash my sample and proceed to the next step. As you can see, the Saphir 520 has many features that are normally only available in much more expensive units. This is a very good, economical polishing unit that's widely accepted and used in many labs. Thank you very much for visiting our website, and we hope to hear from you soon.